My coverage of CES 2023 is brought to you by Gigabyte, Asus, Kioxia, and Cooler Master. I have made my way over to the Palms where Cooler Master has basically booked out this entire restaurant so that they can show off a bunch of cool things. Not just the things you might know Cooler Master for, like their cases, their accessories, but also a bunch of immersive technology for gaming, like the Motion one right here behind me. So I've already had a brief chance to try out the Motion one here, which is a chair. I mean, it's a chair at its core, but it also has a bunch of haptic feedback technology built in. This is a collaboration between Cooler Master and D-Box. So I was trying this out with Forza, and basically there is there's stuff under the chair. I'm not going to get too technical about it, but it has this box at the bottom that rumbles and bumps you up and down and moves you left and right and gives you the sensation that you're getting the feedback of the game that you're playing. The thing I noticed right off the bat about this setup is that it's not huge. It's not massive. There's not a frame around it or a bunch of bars or even exposed hydraulics or actuators or anything like that. It's all contained down here in the base of the chair. You are going to need a cable leading over to your system, your entertainment system, your gaming PC or whatnot. But beyond that, you could just use this as an office chair if you weren't doing what you're hopefully watching me doing, which is playing a game. The chair itself is quite plush. You got a memory foam pillow right here, which is held on by magnets, so you can adjust that up or down if you want. A very comfortable chair just from my brief experience sitting in it. They even give you a little footrest down there, which is nice. But of course, something like this is only going to work if it's tied in with the software. So that's what D-Box does. They help integrate this both with games and with movies. And they told me that they actually have a movie integration, and that's what I'm going to try out next. Good job, Tom Cruise. Whoa! Got him. Well, that was exciting.
Oh, yeah?
I think that was enhanced by the fact that I haven't seen Top Gun Maverick yet, and now I think I will need to watch it sometime soon. But I got to get one of the chairs first, I guess. So this has been a delightful experience, I will say. Now, the first game I played, Forza, that is coded content. So for games like that, D-Box has worked directly with the game developer in order to tie the game in with their software and the haptic feedbacks in the chair. But not all games are going to have that ability. So they also have adaptive gaming, which is software that ties in with your controls. So the chair's movements and haptic feedbacks will be affected by your inputs and actions of the game with the controller. So this allows for a lot wider range of use of this chair with games that haven't necessarily been directly coded for it. So for example, right now, I'm playing a little bit of Jedi Fallen Order. If I jump, I don't know if you guys can see that. I'm just jumping right now. It's giving me a little bump, a little jumpy bump right there. So it's kind of fun. I think I might just keep doing this for the rest of the day. But I should probably go and check out some other stuff too. Oh, but there is one more thing about the Motion 1. This isn't just a tech demo. They're bringing this to a broad audience. And in fact, pre-orders for this will be going up in early Q2. And you're probably like, obviously you're not going to tell us the price, Paul. They wouldn't do that. It's $2,300. Yes, it's not cheap, but for this kind of experience, that is totally reasonable. Over here we have the Cooler Master IMX area, which is immersive technologies. And we have 3 demos that we're going to try out here. First we have the Synk X haptic feedback chair. Then we have the Orb X, which I've talked about a little bit on some tech news ones. Look, it's the black version. It's available in black and white. But then we also have the Dyn X over here, which is a racing simulator that you sit down in and all that stuff. That one's still under development. Let's start off with this one over here, the Synk X. So here's the Synk X, which again, at its core, is a chair. So I really appreciate Cooler Master bringing me out here and allowing me to sit down a lot because I've been walking already a lot so far in CES 2023. This one has haptic feedback, but this time it is powered by the sound. But there's haptic feedback in the base, the butt pad of this, as well as the lower backrest. It's also got the chair features that you'd expect, like a pillow. It's even got a footrest down there, and if you pop it out a little bit, you can slide it back in or pop it out with your feet, with your legs, which is kind of convenient. But this is gonna tie in with whatever you're watching, whatever media you're consuming, and it's just going to use the audio to give you some haptic feedback via the sound waves that are generated by your content. The Synk X is coming to market. They said sometime this year, at least. They're optimistically looking at Q1 or Q2, and the MSRP is going to be $1,300 US. Here's a look at the Orb X, again in the black edition. This one, they currently have a wait list for pre-orders. A wait list, and then they'll be taking pre-orders, and they are also planning to start shipping these models sometime this year, conservatively sometime this year, more hopefully within Q1 or Q2 timeframe, but we're still Waiting on the exact dates for that, but that's okay. This is going to cost somewhere in the $15,000 to $16,000 range as well. So obviously, this one's going to cost a pretty penny. But you know, if you want the plush leather chair like that, as well as of course the roof that can open and close at your pleasure, you know, you got to pay for it. All right, so I'm going to give you guys the hands-on experience. It's lovely. I got you. I got to sit back in the chair. So here's your point of view Orb X experience. You sit in the chair first of all, you bring the desk here in front of you, and the idea here is to create sort of an immersion pod. So you can get work done, so you can separate the outside world, you can play games, you can really do whatever you want in here. And they've also made it with built-in speakers, which are actually up there on the roof. And that allows you to sit here and enjoy your content, play games, do whatever you want, without necessarily having headphones or earbuds on, which can be uncomfortable after a really long time. Now, it will include a monitor, as you can see up there, and again, that can lower down to be positioned right in front of you, and you control most of those functions with the remote that's right here. You also use this to control the chair, so I can move, I gotta point it, where's the receiver? Oh, there it is. So you can use these buttons to recline the chair, bring it forward or backwards, a little bit closer or further away from the desk that's in front of you. The desk also has like a wireless charging built in, which is nice, as well as some additional controls over here for connecting Bluetooth or audio. And then over on my right side, we have a collection of inputs, USB, as well as a mic and headphone jack. And as you can see here, there's a few different configurations that it comes with as far as monitor support. You can either do the 34-inch ultra-wide like we have right here, or 327-inch monitors. And the chair, as of now, does not have haptic feedback, but that is something that they're planning to add in the future. I'm gonna try out the Dyn X. This is a pretty beastly racing simulator right here. And I've been giving instructions on how to operate it. And I'm also not very good at racing games, just so you know. This has a Fanatec setup here for your interaction. It's got surround monitors, of course, wrapping entirely around your field of view. It's even such that, like, your side view mirrors right over here are actually on another monitor, which is kind of crazy. In terms of field of view, it's very wide. It's a very wide field of view. I can't even see the back of these monitors that are on either side. So the Dyn X is still in development, so we don't have any word on when it's going to launch, pricing, or anything like that. But oh my gosh, for anyone who's into racing sims, and especially something that gives you this full experience, this is probably the best one like this that I've ever tried, for sure. What could provide better context?
Maybe I should.
For a computer that looks like a shoe.
All right. Then a man, it looks like a shoe.
Now, Cooler Master, of course, they make lots of cases. Most recently, I've checked out their Cosmos Infinity 30th Anniversary Edition, which you can check out a video on if you're interested. This is part of their CMODX series. So they had a bunch of modders do concept case designs, and they told them, you know, we're actually going to choose some of these that we want to make into actual mass production cases. So this is the Synk X, the GOAT, so they're saying. It's a red case. It's going to come in a variety of different configurations in terms of the hardware that goes inside. And yes, it is a shoe. That's what it's supposed to be. It looks like a sneaker, like a shoe. This red finish is going to be the default. They're going to make a few more of these. They might do some limited edition, possibly celebrity tie-in or other varieties of shoes, or perhaps shoe designs that are evocative of popular shoe designs that are on the market. It is a mini ITX system that's built in here, and they said it's going to eventually have support for up to an RTX 4090 as well. It's going to cost a pretty penny, though. They said they're probably going to start at around $5,000 and go up from there, depending on the configuration. Next, we have the Cooling X, and you might notice a theme with the names that Cooler Master has chosen. The products all have X in them, which is kind of like, you know, when I used to play StarCraft, my name was Project X. Did you guys know that? But anyway, the Cooling X is all about cooling. It is a custom designed chassis that has cooling integrated, and it's supposed to operate at 30 dB, which is very, very quiet, near silent, depending on, you know, the room that you're sitting in and how quiet it is. They're accomplishing that with these custom side panels, which do have liquid cooling piping through them. We're getting an exclusive look at the internals of this setup. It is very compact, which is why it does take some screwdrivers to get the side panels off. You can see the block on the opposite side, the copper there for the GPU. This block here is for the CPU. It does have two fans at the front, but those will go 0 RPM mode most of the time, and if you put a heavy load on the system that increases the temperatures, those will spin up to just give a bit more active cooling. But a very compact little system here in the Cooling X, and you might even notice these handles across the top. And these are like the Cosmos, so they kind of made it like a mini Cosmos design, which is pretty cool. And lastly, we have this. It's a shark. Look at that. I would say Cooler Master jumped the shark. I might even have made that the title of this video. But this is just a really cool, again, like this is the kind of build that you would see at a CES or a Computex event that some modder has made like one-off version of that they've meticulously put together. So it's really amazing that Cooler Master has taken some of these designs from their CMODX series and they're actually, again, going to mass produce them. This one will be somewhat mass produced. It's going to be more limited quantities, but it is, of course, the Shark X, because again, you got to put an X at the end of all of these product names. But just a unique, distinctive design. It's got this stand down here with RGB lighting throughout. I really like how the fins stick out and everything. So it's really an art piece and a PC all in one. And I really appreciate that Cooler Master has sort of stepped outside of the box, outside of the case box, the typical boxy style cases, in order to bring something like this to market. I think it should be safe to stand close enough to this shark right now. But guys, that is going to wrap it up for my coverage here at Cooler Master CES 2023. It's really funny because I didn't even have a chance to get over to like peripherals, keyboards. They make so much other stuff, but they were very excited about all their immersive technology, some of the unique cases they have, and a lot of the haptic feedback designs that they're working on right now, and they wanted to share those first. But if you guys have any suggestions or requests from the other products that you might have seen Cooler Master launch this week, especially in terms of peripherals, monitors, more traditional PC hardware, let me know in the comments down below, and we'll see if I can get some of those to check out as well. I have more videos coming at you real soon from CES 2023. Big thank you to my sponsors, Cooler Master, of course, as well as Asus, Gigabyte, and Kioxia. We'll see you guys in the next one.